So Nathan, how can associate dentists get tax relief on fees relating to pension advice?
Yeah, great question. So there's a great allowance or reimbursement that if you are within 5 years of pensionable age, now that's not state pension age, that's the age you can access your pension, which is currently 55. So if you're 50 and above and you have a pension fund and you're paying an advisor to advise you on that fund and your retirement planning, the first £500 worth of advisory fees on retirement can be reimbursed to you by your employer. Now, if you're an associate with a limited company, that's pretty easy. You work out what the advisor has charged you and reimburse yourself the first £500. Now, that's tax-free, so there's nothing to report on your personal taxes, and the company gets a tax deduction currently at 19%, which saves you almost £100 on your tax bill. And the reason why this allowance is so great is that so many people will be paying for pension advisors but not really knowing how it's paid for, and typically it comes from a pension fund, so the advisory fees are taken straight from your pension pot and there's no direct tax relief on those charges. So this doesn't work for self-employed associates, I'm afraid, but for limited company associates, provided you're meeting the age requirement of 50, there is also a further exemption if you are in ill health and need to speak to somebody about accessing your pensions. But it's got to be offered to all employees, and that's why it's so great for these associates, because typically there's only one employee, the principal dentist, and occasionally a partner, a spouse, maybe a second director or a company secretary. So if there's two people involved and two pensions, that's up to £1,000 every tax year could be left on the table and not claimed by reimbursing these this £500 for pensions advice. So really you need to be getting hold of your statement every year, finding out what your advisor charges are. If they're under £500, you just claim up to what you've been charged. If they're over £500, you claim the first £500 as tax-free, and it could be beneficial to claim the whole amount, and we'd have to look at that and compare your tax rates to see whether it's beneficial. But it's just a great way to be getting money out of the company for an expense that you're already incurring and not actually getting any direct tax relief on. So my tip is, are you over 50 years old? Do you have a pension? If you do, are you paying advice for your retirement planning? If you are, get a copy of the fees and get those fees reimbursed to you from your company.